back to another stream. Now, this is a flight that I was going to do anyway, but I thought, why not stream it? Because everyone's now able to fly the 787, which is a bit of a testy thing to do, because it is a bit iffy, this 787. But let's see if it will allow us to fly it. So like I said, because I know a lot of people can now fly this plane, I figured, why not do a stream in the 787? It's going to be a short flight, Montreal to JFK, about 40 minutes. Probably be able to do it a lot more quicker than that, 41 minutes. So yeah, we can do it probably about half an hour. Let's get ourselves set up. All right, battery. So this is how you get a 787 set up from cold. We'll get some battery on. Get the APU started up. Just for the fun of it, seatbelt lights. Nav logo wing. Here the APUs starting up for us now. Get the IRS on. Those are armed, beautiful. Flight that power, beautiful. Right. Let's get the plane set up. Hopefully we don't get a memory loss, because the 787 is very hit and miss. Let's see. Right. IFR.
Montreal clearance delivery. NORS 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy IFR to Kennedy. Ready to copy. Clear to Kennedy as filed, runway 24 right. Climb and maintain 6,000, expect 16,010 minutes after departure.
Double click on ZFW. Reserves will be 6.
NORS 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy.
Cost index 100.
NORS 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy. Readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.0 when ready to taxi.
20.
Good day.
CG, double click, it'll get your number. There's our takeoff speeds, beautiful. We are on the beta, by the way, as well, just to make sure that the 787 actually works.
Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy. Could you please send the catering truck?
That's what's
NORS 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy. The catering truck is on the road.
Let's make sure there's no discons in our flight plan. Beautiful.
Montreal ground. NORS 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy. Could you please send the baggage?
NORS 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy. Baggage is on the way.
16,000 for this flight. Fill out the flight plan. Let's get boarding started. To control this here, it is touchscreen, but also up here where it says range. So So you can zoom in and out on your map. You see? Right. About to get our passengers on board. Hopefully we actually see them load. So let's... There they are. Now our passengers are actually boarding. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it seems to be working now. Beautiful. Not beautiful. Memory loss now. Will the screens come back? That is the question. This is now why I didn't want to stream. You see why I didn't want to stream with the 787? Because you get memory loss. Even in the beta, you get memory loss. Will the screens come back? That is the question. Up. Up. Interesting. Everything's just turned off. Interesting. So yeah, so as you can see, if you do want to buy the 787, just be aware of what's going to happen. Everything shut down. Why is my plane turned off? Interesting. So now we've done full engine start up and power down. See, so I'm having to work around the bloody sim not working properly. Hopefully these guys are still boarding. They are. Beautiful. Has it lost all that information? I bet you it has. Now, I had this the other day where I done quite a long flight, ended up getting as far as approach, and I had memory loss. I was able to land the plane, but I had no screen. So, let's get airborne as quickly as possible before it does it again. Reserve 6. I do notice it does it a lot when you go to outside view. It's basically, if you're flying the 787, once you got the onboard view, just stay with it. Because you're more likely to cause the sim to crash if you keep doing outside views. But let's just get this set up real quick. We know that our passengers are boarding, so hopefully by the time I complete this, which I now have, they are all on board, which they are. Beautiful. Right, let's get push back and get out of there before the screens die again. So if you're wondering why I only fly like the Cessna 10 or like the private jets, it's because the airliners don't seem to work very well at the moment. So they're almost pointless to fly. Almost. Alright. Put on that screen there, get that back to flight plan. Like so. Zoom back out again. Like so. Right, let's get pushback. Let's try and get to New York before we have another memory loss failure in the sim.
Norris 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy requesting pushback.
Seatbelt lights on.
Norris 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy.
We'll
Pushback
turn the
request
beacons
accepted.
on once we start moving. Pushback received. The target is in position. Parking brake off. We're pushing back. Engine start. I would love to do the outside view for it, but I'm not going to even bother risking it. Chances are I'll do the outside view and we'll get memory loss and then the screens just won't come back. So this is going to be a realistic one, gentlemen.
Montreal ground, Norris 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy requesting the end of pushback.
Norris 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy. Request to end pushback received.
And we can get the APU off now. Alright. We are good to go. I like to always have one side on the first page, the other side on the second page, so I can see a full flow of what's to come. Alright, let's get out of here. Brakes off. Taxi lights on. Strobes on. Which one of these was it? Oh yeah, flaps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set the flaps down 6 times, that'll get you to flaps 20, which is what I have it on for takeoff. we'll do one look outside, one little look. Here we go. There she is. Lights are set. Seatbelt lights are on. Nav IRS set. Let's get nav buttons on and set. Get our climb set to. Could have got VNAV on. Alright. And I didn't buy the 787 just as they've released it. I've had it since the sim itself launched. I got the Aviator edition, but I just don't fly it because the plane's broken. Having said that, in the beta it flies a lot better, as you can see. It's not too bad in the beta. Alright. Let's go to New York. Hopefully we can get to New York without having a memory loss. Get lights on.
Montreal Tower. Norse 902 uniform Bravo Tango 902 heavy ready for departure. Runway 24 right IFR to Kennedy.
Norse 902 uniform Bravo Tango 902 heavy, hold short runway 24 right. Traffic is Airbus A330 on the runway.
Parking brake set.
Air Canada 8903, exit runway when able. Air Canada 8903, contact ground on 122.075. Norse 902 uniform Bravo Tango 902 heavy, altimeter 2985 traffic is Cessna citation on final. Clear for takeoff runway 24 right.
Let's get out of here.
122.075. Air Canada 8903.
Break off.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24 right. Norse 902 uniform Bravo Tango 902 heavy.
there is a Cessna on its way in apparently, so let's post haste and get out of there. Gotta go wider than normal. Look at that. Beautiful. Lined up. Flap set. Let's go. 50%. Full power up. Flight director's on. Looking for 145, 150. 145, 150. Positive rate, gear up. It's been a long time since I've flown this plane. I can feel the weight in the yoke. This feels heavy. It's going up to 10.
North 902 Uniform Bravo Tango 902 Heavy. Did you hear my last transmission?
Going to 132.85. North 90290 in heavy.
Lights coming on. So many lights to turn off. Holy.
Numbers 90290.
We are on.
Drill center, altimeter 2985. Radar contact.
Beware.
Continue forwards.
Block 5. Wonderful. I'll try do one outside view. If it crashes, blame yourselves. Here we go. Such a majestic plane. Look how the wings have bent. Love the 787. We put the flaps up over 5,000 feet, just like in the Cessna 10. Beautiful plane, look at it. Flaps going out. When it works, this is probably one of the most easiest airliners to fly. When the 787 works, because it does everything for you. Once you know what to input, the plane does everything for you. It's kind of like the Cessna Longitude. Whenever that works, same thing. If you input the right stuff, the plane just in synchronization with itself, in harmony. Flaps up. Only climbing to 16,000, so we're nice. Won't take long. that for a storm boy.
Quarter 245. Climb and maintain 2,500.
And we're doing a real world route as well. So this is actually a route that I believe is Air Canada.
Climb and maintain
They do this route
2,500.
with their A320, I think it is they use for this route. So all these waypoints that we're hitting are real world waypoints that they will be hitting in real world. There we go. Plane is really, really good when it works. Really good. Yeah, this plane is the business when it works, man. As you've seen, we've already had one memory loss already. But luckily the screens came back. It must know that I'm streaming. Because usually the screens don't come back. You've got to restart the sim. Strobes can go off now.
Norse 90290 in heavy. Boston Center, Norse 90290 in heavy is passing 15,100, climbing 16,000.
Norse 90290 in heavy. Boston Center. Altimeter 29er89er. Radar contact. Continue to Bugsy.
Proper flying through a storm, boy. Can't see nothing. With that, there's our route. At top of the center, all the way down there. Don't know why it says TCAS off when it's actually not. I can see that it's not. Anyway, we do know this plane's broken anyway, so. One more outside view. Look at that flying through the storm. reality, I should have asked for a higher altitude. We could easily have gotten to 25 and gone back down in time, but 16 will do. Yeah, man. When this 787 actually works, it's a dream to fly, pun intended. I'm going to start the descent before that top of descent is very close to JFK. That's one thing about this sim I've noticed as well. It likes to make you dive bomb the plane when you don't have to. So we will start our descent at waypoint Loves. Interesting name for a waypoint. But yes, Loves. That's where we'll start our descent. Until then, where are we? How long we got? About 20 minutes. Cool beans. Wow, listen to that storm behind us. That sounded crazy through the headphones. And you'll see now our weather radar has completely cleared. See? That weather radar is so useful. Now there's nothing. Because there's nothing for now. Look at that right ahead of us. We may miss the worst of it. So far the plane's radar ain't picking up nothing. Not yet. Oops, my bad. see the plane starting to pick up the weather system that we're just gonna miss. Maybe. We're about to fly through something. What's the wind speed? 53, 55 knots. Tailwind as well. Beautiful.
North 902-908, heavy contact Boston Center on 121.35. Good day.
One of the busiest ATC centers in the world. Boston.
Going to 121.35. North 902-908, heavy. Boston Center, North 902-908, heavy, 16,000.
Norris 902-908 heavy. Boston.
Alright, let's get this plane to slow down its cruise. So we'll go to see if we can remember. VNAV, that's the one. My brain went blank for a minute then. So if we're going to VNAV, we can now tell the plane, I don't want to do 307 knots. Let's do 299. Execute. Instantly she slows down. You see our number has changed here? Beautiful. So that turns to have to start our descent soon. Let's have a look. Would I say lovely is where I want to start my descent? Just down here. Yep. From 8,000 feet to 2,000 feet, from 12,000 feet to 8,000 feet. Those are some big jumps. We'll make it work. Chief Keef with Katy Perry. What on earth is going on here? Now, those are two names I didn't think would ever go into a sentence, let alone a bedroom. Holy. Now we're looking. Looking good. I know it says NA, non-applicable. That's not true. Just keep your eye on the screen and you'll see that it's working. Set my buttons. Oh. Oopsie daisy. Almost. Don't open your gears at 16,000 feet. Not in a 787. Probably not a good idea.
Nowhere 90290, 8 heavy contact Boston Center on 132.65. Good day.
132.65. Norris 90290 heavy. Boston Center. Norris 90290 heavy 16,000.
Norris 90290 heavy, Boston Center. Altimeter 29901. Radar contact. Continue to Athos.
What I was saying about this plane, it can do all the work for you.
On 134.3. Good day.
Going to 134.3. Norris 90290 heavy. Boston Center. Norris 90290 heavy 16,000.
Nowhere's 90290, 8 heavy, Boston Center, altimeter 29902, radar contact, continue to Athos.
Let's see, how busy is it in JFK right now? Let's have a look. My guess is it's extremely busy in JFK. Wow. Wow. And I also think they've changed the runway they're landing on. They have runway 22L. Okay, let's get that changed real quick. See if we can find an approach for it as well. Gotta work quick. Runway 22L. Is ILS. Let's find a route in. No. Wait. That will do. Change. Let's have a look. How does it look? We are very close. Beautiful. We'll have that. Send that to ATC and the plane. Get down here quick. Execute. legs. Nav is still on. Check it on the screen over here. And we can see that has changed. Perfect. And most of the time in real world, that is something your pilot would have to do in flight. They gotta keep checking what runway they're using before they get there. Because depending on the wind direction will depend on what runway they're using. And sometimes it changes, as it has done in this flight, while you're on your way. Because they was using the 33s, they're now using the 22s. Which means the wind direction has changed. Interesting. Well, I'm glad I had a look at that, because we would have been landing on the completely wrong runway, in the wrong direction as well. Alright. That makes for an easier approach, to be honest. Alright. Some real world editing for you. There you go. I'm just glad I'm flying the 787 where doing what I just did was as quick as it was, because in some planes it's not that quick. And some of the planes, the information don't transfer from here, so you got to put it in manually, which is double the time. We're approaching Loves, so we're approaching Loves yet? We are indeed. There's our top of descent, but we will start our descent one waypoint before that. Double check that word. Sometimes I do forget to check while we're in flight if the runways have changed. Wow, JFK is so busy. Wowzers. They're using both runways for landing as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 planes on final at the same time for both runways, 2 to left and 2 to the right. JFK is at maximum right now. Well, we're about to join that party. He was going to drop down to let's go 11,000 set. We'll go 250 knots when we get to our waypoint of descent, so I'll get that set. 250 in the console, ready to go in. Start our descent in a few minutes. right about now, those guys in the JFK tower have their hands full. Pause. They really do. This airport is busy, boy. I'm just looking on flight radar right now. And JFK, I would say, is almost at maximum capacity at this point. Wow. So many plane movements. Hmm. Wait, they're using every accessible runway because there's a Virgin Atlantic that just landed, and it landed on the runway I was scheduled to land on, which was 3-1 right. How did they manage to get that Virgin Atlantic in before all those other planes took off from 2-2 left?
90290, 8 heavy contact, sir, on 128.1. Good day.
That's how busy this airport is. They're doing cross landings. So they got planes landing on a runway that goes across a runway where planes are taking off from.
Center,
Crazy stuff.
902-908 heavy 16,000.
Doors 902-908
Wow.
heavy.
I don't think I've
Center,
ever seen them do
altimeter
that at JFK before,
2994.
to be honest.
Radar contact.
I don't think
Continue
I've
to Eager.
not cross landings like that. I've never seen that before. Not JFK. Damn. So in theory, I could have continued with the route that we had. How long ago did that Virgin land? Oh, let me see. Oh, Fez, no, it arrived an hour ago. So that would be about right. When I took off, they was using that runway. Interestingly, he still got his transponder on 1 hour after arriving at the gate. Interesting. Must be doing an instant turnaround with that plane. Must be coming straight back to Heathrow. In case you was wondering, it's Virgin VS9 and Airbus A330. So I forgot to put in my speed, but I'll do it here. Go down to 240. Alright, started our descent into what is an extremely busy JFK. Drop all the way down to 7. Open the speed brake just to get that speed off.
NORS 902-908 Heavy. You are 2,900 below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 16,000 altimeter 299er tree.
That's what I was looking for, that green bar, which shows me when
Climb
we
and
reach the
maintain
altitude.
16,000. NORS 902-908 Heavy.
We got here quick. Beautiful. Got 11 where we're supposed to be.
NORS 902-908 Heavy contact Boston Center on 124.525.
EPK, we need to be at 7,000 feet.
Going to 124.525. NORS 902-908 Heavy. Boston Center. NORS 902-908 Heavy is at 10,900 climbing 16,000.
Speed break still on, I didn't realize.
NORS 902-908 Heavy, Boston Center, altimeter 2 radar contact, continue to BLTD.
Let's get these speeds down. .210 will do.
NORS 902-908 Heavy contact Boston Center on 1 tree, 2 decimal tree. Good day.
1 tree 2 decimal tree for NORS 902-908 Heavy.
And we will have
Boston Center. NORS
strobes on.
902-908 Heavy is passing 9,100 climbing 16,000.
NORS 902-908 Heavy, Boston Center, altimeter 299er tree, radar contact, continue to Delta Papa Kilo.
Indeed we will. Oh look, there's a British Airways landing at JFK right now as well. In from Heathrow, 6 hours and 51-minute flight. The 777 done it in a quicker time than the A330. The A330 left Heathrow and it took them 8 hours. The 777 left Heathrow and they've done it in 6 hours and 51 minutes. Interesting. You can see the traffic on the map here, in fact. Look at this.
NORS 902-908
Look at this.
Heavy, please expedite your climb, 16,000.
There's so many more planes on flight radar that's on this trajectory. I'm looking at it right now. There's so much more planes. We're coming from this angle. Let's see, who else is doing that flight plan? The 777 is from DPK waypoint. We're doing exactly the same route as the 777 British Airways. Exactly the same route from here. Interesting. But this whole area here, I'm looking at flight radar, this whole area is jam-packed with planes. Loads of planes in this area. Let's see where we are with the planes. Flaps to 10.
NORS 902-908 Heavy contact,
Our next altitude will be 3,000 feet, so let's get that set. 3,000 set.
Going to
Get our screen zoomed in.
Norse 902908 heavy.
Yeah, so from this point onwards, we're doing exactly the same route as the British Airways has just done. From here. It's a shame the sim isn't picking up the traffic because there's a lot of traffic around us right now. All around us. Such a majestic plane. Look at it. Alright. This is what they call the business end of the flight. Let's get some lights on. We'll have our taxi lights on from now. Then lights can go on from now. We'll turn the runway lights on once the runway's in sight. New York. Well, actually, this is Jersey. Same stuff, different air freshener. Let's start our descent. So I'm using the green marker to know exactly when we reach that altitude. Do that. Actually, let's slow down. How fast are they going on this turn? Let's see. There's one. How fast are they going? 168 knots. We'll go down to 180 for now. Flaps. Bring that nose up a bit. 1 notch. What airports are? Republic. I was about to do an outside view, but I'm not even going to risk it now we're on final. Probably end up getting memory loss and the screens don't come back. So let's just stay on board. Incidentally, it was these two switches that turned off that made the Air India plane crash that killed like 200 people. It was because these two switches turned themselves off just as they started to take off. Not good. And as you can see, below those two buttons, it says engine cutoff. Not good. Rest in peace to all those that was on that flight. I'll be honest, I don't even think you'd be able to rescue it in a sim with the same things happening in the same sequence. I don't even think you'd be able to save it in a sim, to be honest. Flap 17. Alright, we are officially on final. Let's get altitude sorted. Alright. Bring that speed down. Gear down. Around midnight time. Right. My plane. We are a bit high, but I can rescue that. Wow, quite a strong wind. 19, 18 knot wind hitting us from the right hand side. 12 full flaps. Auto throttle off. And that's not how you land a 787. We stalled out in the final seconds. Hey ho. Welcome to JFK. That wind is terrible coming into JFK. Crosswind, tailwind, all sorts going on. It really is a shame that the sim isn't showing how busy this airport is right now. There are a few things there. Go across before someone takes off. Must be a heavy designator. We'll take that. This will do. Well, decent flight. A shame about the landing. First time in ages we copped one up. Pause. And that is how you fly a 787. Just don't land it like that. Catch you in the next one.